In all the public debates about emissions and the economy, you read about gas and oil, all those other things. You never read about forestry. Well, we're about to correct that. I've got Derek Nighbor here. He is the CEO of Canadian Forest Products. And he joins me because I want to put the question to you. First of all, we have sometimes, especially in BC, huge forest fires. And people are saying, especially the politicians, liberals will say, oh, that's because of climate change. Is that true?
Yeah, in part it is, for sure. We're seeing worsening not only fires, but pest outbreaks. I think if you're in BC, talk about a mountain pine beetle outbreak, for example. So we are seeing worsening impacts in the forest, but the need and our role in terms of being on the ground to manage the forest in the face of those disturbances is absolutely critical.
What do you mean by that? More firemen?
Well, you know, we are. Listen, when there's a fire breaking out in the forest, our workers are among the first line of defense to build those fire breaks. So thinning the forest, managing the forest, getting some of that dead wood out is really, really critical to mitigating the risk of how catastrophic those fires could be.
Okay, so we have catastrophic fires, and then there's another part of this equation, though, Derek. I understand that forests are a huge asset when dealing with emissions.
Yeah, we got about 10% of the world's forests here in Canada, about 40% of the world's third-party certified forests in terms of wood products that go to market. So that speaks to the ethics and the sustainability of Canadian forestry. But those products, wood products, store carbon. So the ability, we have George Brown College down the street from here where they're putting up a 10-story wood building. The ability to build with wood.
I'm sorry, what do you mean those wood products store carbon?
So as a tree grows, it stores carbon over time. And one of the beauty parts of forestry is when you harvest that tree, you can basically transfer that carbon from the forest into the city because it continues to stay stored in that wood. And then we replant the tree to restart the carbon cycle because as trees get older, when they die or get burned, they emit the carbon.
So really, because Canada has such a forestry, and I know there's issues in certain places, but we are probably one of the more blessed countries in the world of producing the least gases.
We are in terms of our ability to produce, but we are seeing worsening fires in Canada, and that's not good for the carbon story.
Yeah, but if we are capturing also that carbon through our forests, I didn't know that. I admit this, I didn't know this. So it's something that should come out that we are particularly adept in Canada at dealing with emissions.
We are, and as urban populations grow, I think in Toronto, I think the GTA is going to be growing by 40% in the next 25 years. As we build up our cities, affordable housing, Canadian wood becomes a go-to product.
Fascinating stuff, but we're in better shape than the politicians say to us.
we are for sure.
Eric, thank you very much. 3 minutes. When someone comes up to me in the Buckhorn Hardware and says, "You're Stephen LeDrew," and I go, "Yeah." He says, "I watch you every day because I want to learn what's going wrong in this country." We're doing something right because other people are not reporting things. If you agree, please subscribe and PayPal and enjoy.